We back.
We
back. Hey, big game energy. We took a little hiatus. I took a little vacation. We took some time away during the dog days of summer, but we are back just in time for the NBA draft. We're going to talk about winners and losers today. We're going to recap the Giannis trade that went down just before the draft and the chain reaction of events that led to this moment. And it's not just starting in the NBA, James. A little teaser for later. And then we'll end with World Cup talk during No Huddle. James, how you feeling,
man.
big dog?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I really wish we didn't go on the hiatus for a little bit because, I was getting so much slander during the NBA Finals, our Knicks clips, and oh man, even after the Knicks won, bro, I was getting killed. Hey, I guess you can say I just teed it up perfectly for the haters.
Yeah. Do you want to respond to the haters previously on Big Game Energy?
I don't have it facing me directly, but there was one comment I remember, and it was like, look at this white boy armchair basketball.
Yeah.
that one was funny. But see, that's what happens, man, when they don't watch the full video. They just get little context. They think that's what they heard. Or it's called splicing, bro. I splice the words to make you think
That's right.
we're saying something crazy. But hey, it can't be, at least I'm not getting heavy slander like our girl Becky Hammond. I'm just what I'm saying.
But she's owning it. She's owning it.
She's the GOAT, though. She owned it, bro.
Yeah, I think it was that one, and you were also catching slander for hating on Kawhi also.
Oh, yeah, that one.
You always are going to be happy to stand on that one.
I'll be like, I'm going to stand on this hill by myself. Hey, but what's funny is that when I dropped that clip of just trying to be hot takey on Jalen Brunson's 1 title's better than Kawhi's 2, I remember retweeting you or like something on there that was like, Jalen Brunson's 1 title is better than KD's 2 titles. And I was like, maybe that's what I should have said.
And you know my stance on that? I am anti-Steph Curry's rings, not anti-Kevin Durant rings. As a primo Steph Curry hater, he has 1 ring in my opinion.
I agree with you on that.
1 ring. He's got 1 ring.
He's got 1. All right, man. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so NBA draft came and went. Actually, I think it's still going on right now.
Yeah.
But teams got better. Teams got worse in the NBA draft this week. James, first off, before we talk about winners and losers, how did you like the 2-day format that the NBA draft did?
I don't mind the 2-day format. I just don't like that they started round 1 on a Tuesday, bro. What is this? Drake and Iman Makaman going up on a Tuesday? No, just copy the NFL, do a Thursday night or do Friday night at least. A sport that nobody gives a crap about on a Tuesday. That's just my opinion.
But not a Tuesday at the end of June.
Yeah, no, you got to spice it up on the Thursday or Friday night. I'm okay with the 2 nights. I used to think back in the day when they did both rounds in the 1 night, oh man, truly exhausting. That actually went till midnight Central Time, it felt like.
Yeah, I will say one thing I am a fan of before we get into it. One thing I am a fan of about the NBA draft, I like that they're doing 2 days now also. It kind of made the intrigue leading into day 2 have a little bit more hype, and there was a little trade. The Rockets jumped up to the 31st pick because they had a guy they were targeting. But I also like one thing about the NBA draft that I like, and I honestly wish the NFL would do this instead. I like that the NBA does their draft before free agency. Start getting your rookies in and then do free agency afterwards. I don't like that the NFL does NFL free agency first, and then a month and a half later they do the draft. Because I think I'd want to fill my needs up with draft picks first. That way I can keep them longer and develop them rather than deal out a bunch of 1-year contracts and then hope that I dealt them out to the correct positions and built the depth where I need to and then can fill it in with the draft.
Yeah, no, I like that structure a little bit more. You're correct. And guess what? July 1st is going to be a hot day in the NBA as always. We love July 1st for free agency. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Hey, it's okay, man. Leagues, you could change up your schedules a little bit here and there. But yeah, last night, like I said, I wish I watched a little bit of it, but it's just so weird on a Tuesday. And I felt like this year also with the lottery on the Sunday. I don't know what Adam Silver. We already hate the guy already.
Last year it was on a Monday, the draft.
I remember, I forget what year it was when we first started doing this, and we had your first reaction to the Rockets night. I swear I thought that was like on a Thursday.
They are missing a mark potentially doing it on a Friday night, a primetime event, make it the NBA draft. But also, the NBA draft coverage is terrible. ESPN just continues to be the washed wide leader in sports. They are terrible. Their draft coverage is awful. I forget who it was, but they asked a pick like how long he's been dreaming of being a first round pick. And he was like, since I was a little kid. What? You mean the guy that worked his tail off to learn basketball and make it in AAU and make it in college and make it to – you mean to tell me he wanted to do it his whole life? Wow, great stuff. Great journalism there, ESPN. It's terrible, terrible coverage. Yeah. I haven't even watched day 2. I've just been keeping up with the picks on my phone.
Just wait till next year, man. Drewski's going to be hosting it with Richard Jefferson and Kendrick Perkins.
That would be an upgrade. It would honestly be an upgrade. But, James, teams got better. Teams got worse in the NBA draft. Who are some teams that were winners for you in the NBA draft?
I don't want to be too chalky, and everyone who had 2 picks almost were the winners of the night. I believe this team did get a little bit better now. Of course, they are a poverty of a franchise in the latest since getting rid of De'Aaron Fox and everyone else. But I really like what the Sacramento Kings did, man. Getting Darius Acuff, you're getting a bona fide scorer. Somebody to light up in the Western Conference with some of these shooters. And then for me, man, getting the big man from UConn, Alex Karaban. I like the guy. I know he's not the highly draft pick like his co-partner was last year and the year before that, but I like this guy. This guy is not bad. He's a stretch. And again, in this game where you can have stretch guys all around, I love what the Kings did. Now, are they going to be world beaters and freaking be the 8th seed? No, they're not. Let's not go that far. But hey, we enjoyed Darius Acuff during the March Madness. We thought he almost could.
You especially. I'm not shocked at all that Darius Acuff being a King makes the Kings your winner, because I know you're a Darius Acuff guy.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, put the ball in the hoop, man. That's all I care about. But no, that's one of my winners just because, again, when you get both, and again, 2 different sides of the ball, it's not like they went guard. They're filling in both sides where you're going to have a big man on one side and you're going to have your shooter on the other side. So I really liked what the Kings did.
Yeah, I got to agree. I think the Kings did well. I like both their picks. I liked also what the Grizzlies did. Obviously, Cameron Boozer, great pickup. They got Kareem Lopez from Mexico, and I liked that pick too. I was whole time thinking they got Bennett Sturts too, but I didn't realize he got traded. Anyway,
I know, they all do that weird, stupid hat.
Yes, I know, and it's so confusing when you're looking at the draft recap and you see the name next to the logo. It's like, I hate the NBA for doing all of this and messing me up.
The Hawks.
Honestly, maybe I'll leave this part in because we can talk about why it's so stupid that guys get traded and everyone knows they're getting traded and they're interviewing with the ESPN coverage, which again sucks. Yeah. And they have a different team's hat on and they're talking about playing for another team. It's so stupid.
It's so dumb. You got to think about Atlanta Hawks legend Luka Doncic, man. Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah. How about OKC Thunder legend Alperen Şengün? That's the cornerstone of my franchise, was an OKC Thunder. Anyways, you're right. The teams that had 2 picks, I'll clarify now. The teams that had 2 picks did really well. Like I said, I really did like what the Grizzlies did, what the Kings did was good. But another team that had 2 picks, and I actually think was my biggest winner of the evening, and I do have this one correct. I love what the Milwaukee Bucks did. Obviously, and we're going to talk about the Giannis trade later on, but I love what they did after they got the 13th overall pick in that trade from the Heat. They, at 10, got Braden Burries, who was a guy I thought could have been drafted in the top 10. They got him at 10. He was a very huge part of that Arizona Wildcats team that was this close to winning a national championship, fell short in the national championship game, but he was a terror in the Big 12 all year long. And then they turn around at 13 and they get Nate Ament, who was another person who a lot of people had him even higher on the draft board than Braden Burries. He really fell in the draft because he's probably not the most efficient guy. But I'm of the belief that when you're a straight-up bucket getter in college and you get surrounded by more quality teammates in the NBA, that kind of shot-making ability, that is what's going to stick out. And so I really like Nate Ament. I think the Bucks, all things considered, obviously they are not a better team today than they were at the beginning of the week.
Correct.
Right? We know that's obvious. But I think now that they look forward in this post-Giannis era, you're starting with 2 players in Braden Burries and Nate Ament, 2 guys that should be prominent contributors, maybe even early in their rookie year. But I think at the minimum, both these guys are going to be solid NBA players in their in their second year in the league. I think the Milwaukee Bucks did really, really good. If you're a Bucks fan, I know you're probably depressed right now still. Yeah. Know that there is light at the end of the tunnel because I think they did really good in the draft.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it, and I won't say too much because you mentioned the recap of the draft. What the Bucks got from Miami, some of the players and some of the future assets, this draft really went well for them, I thought. A lot of people probably think the Bucks didn't get better because they can't replace Giannis in a draft, which, remember Giannis when he came in the draft, he was about as big as my number 2 pencil. So it takes time. It takes time, guys. But the 2 picks, man, I enjoy when teams get multiple picks because even in the NFL, when teams get multiple picks, it just seems like they could actually really do something down the line. But Spence, bro, you telling me the Brooklyn Nets weren't a winner?
Oh, no. And I'm actually glad you brought them up. If we want to talk losers, look no further than that team right there. That was going to be my pick for my biggest loser because you're sitting there with the 6th overall pick and you're the Brooklyn Nets. You need someone that can be your savior. And of all of the guards that were available in picks 5, 6, 7, and 8, they obviously lost out on Keaton Wagler was off the board. So I won't hold him against them. But you had the choice between Darius Acuff, Kingston Flemings, and I'll even throw in my boy Braden Burries there, who I'm a big fan of, and Mikal Brown Jr., who I don't hate too much, but I just named 3 players that I think are better prospects than Mikal Brown Jr. You left all of them on the board. You left Yaxel Lindenborg on the board, Nate Ament on the board, and you went with Mikal Brown Jr. I just think there was much better value there for the Nets than what they did at 6. If you liked Mikal Brown that much, I think you could have gotten him trading back. I know a lot of teams have trouble at times trading back to get their guys so they have to reach in the NBA. It's not like the NFL. And I guess they maybe salvaged the day if you're a fan of Joshua Jefferson, who they got in a trade with the Timberwolves at the end of the first round. But, okay, woo.
Yeah.
The Nets will continue to be a dumpster fire. And it's just hilarious that on one side of town, you've got the New York Knicks celebrating their first championship in 53 years. And on the other side, you got the Brooklyn Nets.
Yep.
Fumbling the draft. And I shouldn't expect anything less, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on this one. Yeah, gosh, man. I was joking about the Kings being a dumpster fire. The Nets, yeah. I thought they would have went with Kingston Fleming on the 6th pick. I'm with you. A team, I think that, of course, no one will look as a loser because they're still fully loaded. I just felt like the Thunder didn't do the things I thought they would have went. I just thought they would have went a different direction. But I know you like probably Bennett Sturts, but I don't know. They got a tall team all of a sudden now with Andy Mara and, maybe they're trying to be more defensive versus the future versus Wemby. Maybe that makes sense to get guys who can guard Wemby down the line in the West. But I didn't think that OKC Thunder did anything splash wise. So I'll give them one of my losers just because who they are as a level tier team. That's all.
I'm very glad that they are losers for you because we have talked about them having draft picks. We talk about it almost weekly every time we talk about the NBA, how much we are frightened that the Thunder were going to get a primo draft pick and nail it again, get another J-Dub, get another Shea, get another Chet, and they're just going to never stop and run the league for 20 years. So it's nice to see that Sam Presti is human potentially, although, hey, maybe we think he's a loser now and then he flips the script on us.
Matter of fact, one thing I wanted to talk about for a while, and of course, my guy AJ DeBansta, friggin' Adam Silver threw me in for a loop saying his real name. I was like, hold up, who jumped in front of AJ? But threw me for a loop. But I wanted to ask you, and this is before Trae Young signed his contract extension. AJ was on a podcast mentioning that he wants the number 3, and Trae Young wears the number 3, and AJ's I should be wearing the number 3. Spence, how do you feel about your number 1 pick calling out basically your star player like, hey, I got to get that number from you, bro?
Ooh, that is actually a really tough dilemma. If I'm the Wizards brass, do I give the number priority to the guy I just gave a humongous contract, some saying an overpay, but a absolute max contract, or the guy that I just drafted with the first overall pick in the draft, who is going to be truly considered my franchise cornerstone. Both are going to be on the roster for the next 4 years at a minimum. Someone's got to give up their number. They can't both wear 3. Someone's got to go 33 or go 0 or go 13, 23. I don't know which jerseys are retired by the Wizards, but
yeah.
That will be interesting. That's a nice little sub-narrative to keep an eye on. I don't know where I'd honestly, James, I think I'd probably lean towards my first overall pick in the draft. I want to make sure he's happy because if he turns out, we know what Trae Young is at this point in his career. I think we know who he is. He's a prolific scorer, good playmaker, but he's going to be a volume shooter. He's not going to play any defense. We know who he is. We don't know what AJ DeBance is yet. And all indications are saying he's going to be something pretty special. I want him to be happy. I don't want him to get upset with me and in 3 years demand a trade to another city that's got a bigger market. I'm going to keep him happy. I'm going to keep him in order. And I'll tell my veteran, hey, man, be the veteran. Be the bigger man. Show him how to lead.
Yeah, be a
Trae Young showing people how to lead. That's funny.
I know, man. He's got to look up at AJ DeBance.
Yeah.
Here, I'm the leader. Take my number. Yo,
yeah, make him fight for it. I wonder who would win.
Yeah, have Jordan Poole be like the guy commentating it the whole thing. I remember one day I got punched.
I got punched. Jay Margin gave me CTE.
No, Spence, I was ready to flip a chair and be like, Trae Young ain't done jack crap. Give AJ DeBance the number. But once you went that way, I was like, hey, man, might as well. You mentioned the joke about I don't want my star player, AJ, to demand a trade. Imagine if a player really demanded a trade because I didn't get my number. How Gen Z would that be, bro? You thinking, man, we want 90s basketball back. Man, we want aggressiveness back. Man, can I demand a trade? I ain't get my number, bruh. No way.
No, not at all. But one player who might be changing numbers, he's at least changing his threads, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. James, the Greek Freak saga is finally over. Giannis going to the Heat.
Man.
The package has been announced. We won't go into the package too much. James, what are your thoughts on how the Bucks did, how the Heat did?
Bouncing back to what we talked about with the Bucks draft, those two players that maybe people don't think would fit in the system. But you look at what the Bucks got. They got Tyler Hero, who can be so you got guys who can stretch and shoot. So I feel like this team's going to be really exciting and young. And then they got Ware, the defender. He's definitely a rim protector, which
he can shoot the three a little bit too.
Yeah, he can shoot the three a little bit. The Bucks, man, they did what they needed to do and was to get off the cap, and they realized they were in the same situation as the Cavs were with LeBron. You can say what you want. No one wants to go to Cleveland. No one wants to come to Milwaukee. The only way you're getting there is you're getting traded. Nobody ever says, I want to go to these places for my future or my career. So
that's why Giannis was so loved there.
Yeah, same. Yeah, so loved. And at least Giannis, man, however you want to view the saga at the end of who was telling the truth on the injuries and who's telling this and that. I feel bad for Giannis and them because growing up in the era that we did, the early 2000s, where you had Kobe, one franchise, Dirk, one franchise, Tim Duncan, one franchise. You felt like that was going to happen here with Giannis. And it was just after, and I really can't believe really what trembled down was Bud getting fired and trading Jure for Dame. And that's just what fell down for them after winning the finals. Is like they thought they were going to get better scoring and a better stretch team with Dame and Giannis, and then they both get hurt, and then Bud getting fired, and then, God, I forget the guy's name. He only coached 33 games, and they were pretty good. And then they said, Doc, you're our guy. No, you're not.
Yeah, Adrian Griffin.
Adrian Griffin, thank you. Yeah, it was just such a short tenure. Heck, even, God, the old Cavs coach, David Blatt, had more time than he did. God dang. But, no, but I will say this, Spence, turning around to Miami, holla effing Luya. I doubted the Heat for the longest getting this trade done. I didn't think they were ever going to get this trade done.
They finally got it done. They finally got a superstar.
I did not believe they would do this, just knowing Pat Riley, just not giving up the assets, the roster, and they just did. And I know they've done whatever analytic calculation, But we know one thing for sure, Spence. Me and you are the 3-point shooters of the Heat, because I don't know who's going to be shooting that ball. Holy crap. But I will say this. They'll play some damn defense. There may be no one scoring 110 on this team. No one should score 110 on this team. That's all I'm going to say. But the Heat didn't move the needle, because I think at best they can be a number 5 and number 4 seed. But did they get better than the Knicks? Did they get better than the Celtics? They just didn't. And at the end of the day, hey, hopefully this works out for them in the later years.
Yeah. Philadelphia is going to be better next year. Indiana is going to be much better next year. Washington's going to be much better next year.
Yeah.
I think on paper I would put the Heat above all those teams going into next year, but I could see all three of those teams very easily being a team that finishes higher in the standings at the end of the regular season than the Heat. But hey, maybe then Giannis turns it on and playoff Giannis comes back like it's 2021 all over again, and he starts putting up 50-point triple-doubles in the playoffs, and that's what happens when you get a superstar player like Giannis. But, James, what's interesting about how we got here, I saw this, and it blew my mind. I love in sports when we have little butterfly effects, ripple effects that create big moves in sports. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the most unique ones I've ever seen in my entire life. Mm-hmm. So listen to this domino effect that led us to this Giannis trade, all right?
All right.
We're not starting in the NBA here. We have to go start in the NFL, James, and we have to go back to Cleveland about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield throws a pass to Browns wide receiver Anthony Schwartz, who pulls up on the route, stops running, and it is an interception. On the play, Baker Mayfield injures his shoulder making the tackle. And you can see all over the internet, tons and tons of Browns fans started slandering Anthony Schwartz, that he was the reason that Baker Mayfield was hurt because he stopped running his route and didn't contest the throw. Mm-hmm. But Baker, though hurt, he's a dog. He plays through the injury.
Yeah.
But he's playing hurt, so he looks bad. And this leads to the Browns trading for Deshaun Watson. They give Baker Mayfield the boot, and they trade for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson gets there, serves a suspension for sexually assaulting a bunch of women.
Okay.
Then he's absolutely terrible. And then he tears his Achilles, and the Browns are viewed as one of the worst organizations with one of the worst quarterback situations in the entire league. This causes their defensive superstar, Myles Garrett, to get upset and demand a trade to the Los Angeles Rams, where he just was traded to for multiple first-round picks. Okay?
Okay.
Now, why am I bringing up the Cleveland Browns, James?
Why?
Because their owner, Jimmy Haslam, happens to also be the owner of the Milwaukee Bucks. And so theory is, and there was a report that came out that even backed this up, he was so upset and so frustrated with how the Myles Garrett situation went down with his Cleveland Browns that he said, I'm not making the same mistake again with Giannis. I'm not dealing with another superstar. I am not going to take a deal with Giannis. I'm not going to deal with the Jaylen Brown drama that I'd get from the Boston Celtics. We're going to do this deal with Miami. We're going to do it now, and we're going to hit the reset button. So all of that because Anthony Schwartz pulled up on his route. And because of that, Miami now has a superstar in Giannis Antetokounmpo. How about that?
How about that? God dang, that just cannot. Oh, man, I'd hate to be that guy. Being an owner of those two teams, and both your teams are probably going to be in the dumps. For the Browns, they're always in the dump. But for the Bucks, they're going to be in the dumps for a while. Man, what a correlation.
I always love those little chain reaction things because every decision has consequences, and that's what led us here. So, James, let's wrap it up. No huddle time.
Oh, no huddle time. Holy moly, man. Spins, man, there's a lot of things, man, that we could talk about. Right now, let's stick to basketball, man. Spins, can you guess the last number 1 overall pick to win an NBA championship with the team that drafted them? Now, don't think LeBron 03 because obviously he was with the Cavs, then he left. So the team that originally drafted you and you won in that tenure.
Wouldn't it be the Joker? Oh, no, you said first overall pick.
Yeah, number 1 overall.
Number pick. 1 overall.
So you gotta go think last.
I think I know it. Is it Kyrie Irving?
It's Kyrie Irving. Yeah. Man. Look at you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you, man. Already starting off to a good start. All right, man. Let's switch it around. All right. As you may know, the Dallas Mavericks got a brand new coach, Dusty May, from the Michigan Wolverines.
That came out of nowhere.
I know. Shocked the world, man. That was bigger news than Shams dropping the Giannis trade at damn midnight on my time. I was asleep. Damn you.
It was
Shams.
at least more out of left field. It at least was one that like, whoa, no, I didn't see that one coming. That's crazy.
Didn't see it coming. So, okay. So now he's the newest college coach being an NBA coach. Through the last 30 years, there have been 10 college coaches that have gone to pro. There have only 2 coaches that have winning records out of those 10. Now, of course, we won't count Dusty May in this, so you could say only 2 of these coaches have winning records out of the remaining 9 that I'm speaking. Can you guess those coaches right now?
Okay, so 2 coaches that came from college to the NBA that have winning records. Everyone else has losing records?
Everyone's got losing records.
Oh, man. Okay, I want to say Billy Donovan, but I'm afraid. Is it Billy Donovan?
Billy Donovan, one of the 2, man. His record 469 and 413.
Yeah, see, it was getting close. As I knew he had some really bad years with the Bulls, I wasn't sure if all the great years he had with the Thunder were going to carry him. I guess they did. Okay, so I got Billy Donovan. All right, college coaches that went to the NBA. Definitely not Fred Hoiberg. Oh, no. I know these coaches, yeah?
You know this one coach, the one coach you need. You know him.
College to NBA. Give me a hint. Eastern or Western Conference?
Eastern.
Okay, last hint. What era? Give me the era.
2010s, 2015.
2010s? Eastern Conference. Who came from college?
Let's just say this coach in college, he coached a player, and he also played on his team in the Eastern Conference. He coached him in the Eastern Conference and in college.
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens, man. Number 2 on this list, 354 and 282 record. Those are the only 2 coaches that had winning records.
He's still with the team. He's just their GM now.
I was worried. That's the hint I didn't want to give you, that he's not a coach now. But
well, I thought about asking you, is this person still with their team?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And if you had said that, honestly, that hint would have really thrown me off. Because I would have been like, who came from college?
Yeah, would have
put me in a little trap door. Oh, okay, got it. All right, very good.
All right, Spins, man. I got one more, and then my last one will go into the World Cup update. So,
Okay.
Spins, as an American, would you rather see your NFL team, the Houston Texans, win a Super Bowl, or the USA win the World Cup?
Oh my, that is a great question. Okay, look, this is the deal. It's easily the Texans for sure, but I'm going to acknowledge that's extremely selfish of me. And I also will acknowledge that it would be a much bigger sports story nationally and globally if the USA somehow won the World Cup, and that'd be something our entire country would be able to enjoy together. But also at the same time, if the USA ever wins the World Cup, oh my God, the rest of the world, you think they hate us now, James? Don't ever let us win a World Cup. We won't ever shut up about it. We're going to let you know that the USA is the best damn country in the world. Damn it, yeah!
Woo!
Salute. Yeah, you can't let us win the World Cup because we'll just be doing that for 30 minutes every week. That'll be what Big Game Energy becomes.
Years? Oh, my goodness. Couldn't imagine. They'd be like, hey, somebody would be like, oh, the MAGA's out.
Yeah, that is a great question, though, because there's no doubt I love the Texans more than I love the U.S. men's national team, but I do love my country, and it would be hilarious if the U.S. won the World Cup.
Yeah, no, this question for me was easy because I've already seen the Eagles win 2, so it's like I would kill to see the USA win the World Cup. But that's why I asked you, because this is it.
It's for the first one. I need my first one. I need it. Yeah, everyone always remembers their first.
Yes. Whether you think naughty or nice, we all remember our
That's
first.
right.
All right, Spins, man. Last one, then we're going to go into the World Cup. Since the World Cup is started whenever, I don't even know when it first started, but ever since the existence, there have only been 2 countries that have won back-to-back World Cups. Can you name those 2 countries right now?
I believe Brazil.
There's number 1 back in 1958 and 1962.
And France.
No.
No? Back-to-back World Cups. Germany?
No.
Spain?
No. Last guess.
Give me a continent.
Europe.
Shit. England?
Nah, give me Italy, 1934 and 1938. So really wrapping this kind of up and going into the World Cup. Do you think Argentina will be that third team? They're on pace.
They look fantastic. Lionel Messi's still the best player in the world, even though he's been wasting away in the MLS. He should be playing in the Premier League. Whatever. I'll have my saltiness for the rest of my life, I guess, because I don't think Messi's ever going to play in the Premier League. But he is still, without a doubt, the best player in the world. And Argentina's as good a chance as anyone. But I am still a believer that despite a slow and unsteady showing, I still think Spain's going to get it together. Lamine Yamal, the current next man up, GOAT, going to be. Yeah. And I think, hey, give him a chance. Put him on the world stage. Lamine Yamal could be that guy.
Even over Mbappe?
Definitely. I like him a lot more than Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, look, here's the deal. Not to get too much into European soccer, but I'll just tell you the narrative, James, because PSG has won back-to-back Champions Leagues since Kylian Mbappe left for Real Madrid. And they won back-to-back. I'm just saying, that's not a good look for someone that has the claim to be the best player in the world. Or some would argue incorrectly, in my opinion. Like I just said. Right now, it's Messi and Lamine Yamal. That's it.
Okay.
So let's see you can make a case for, in my opinion, right now. But, James, after the results of today's games, today's matches, we have some groups starting to get set in place. Obviously, we know the USA, after their 2-0 victory over the Aussies, they clinched the group. They are going to be at the top of the group. So, today, it is looking extremely likely. There's still a chance it could switch around, but it is looking extremely likely that the United States is going to be playing Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Now,
about that country.
Don't ask me where that is. I swear to God, I will never know. I have a better chance of throwing a dart blindfolded than actually looking at a map and picking where the hell that is.
Yeah, and valid. They're a very small country. But I will say, they do have one of my all-time, this is a niche thing. If you're a big game energy believer and you've been here since the AD days, you've seen...
Who?
We back. We have my Manchester City scarf that I have hanging on my wall. I'll put it in the camera a little bit more. So I'm a big Manchester City fan. Been one for a decade plus, and one of the first players that I ever became a big fan of Manchester City. I was using a man named Edin Dzeko for Manchester City on FIFA, and that was what really solidified Manchester City as my team. Well, Edin Dzeko, still in the year 2026, still playing for the Bosnian national team. He will actually probably be the player that they're going to rely on to carry them against a formidable USA team. So all this to say, James, punch your ticket. I feel great about the USA's chances of going to the round of 16 and potentially going farther or going as far as we've ever gone as a country. It is on the table, not just for us to make the semis. I really believe they could make the semis and then even possibly get a third place game. We're not winning the World Cup, but we could get to the semis. It is realistic.
Yo, all I know is, hey, we playing Turkey tonight, -107 odds, bro. We betting the money line.
Hell yes. And let me tell you why. We're betting the money line. We're betting the over. Not gambling advice, but let me tell you why we're betting the over. The USA is resting a lot of their players on the defensive side that have yellow cards, because if they were to get another yellow card, they'd be suspended for the round of 32. So they're not going to touch the field. After the group stage, the yellow cards reset. So those guys are not going to play. They're going to have the night off. So you're going to have your B team of defensemen, and you're going to have some young guys in the attack that are looking to make some moments, looking to make the most of their chance so they can earn minutes later in the tournament as well. And then on the other side, Turkey, horrible showing, gone 0-2, winless in 2 matches. They're eliminated from the tournament. They're going to come out. They're going to want to play for a little bit of pride for their country. I think they have a decent enough attack to put some goals in the net. I think you're going to bet the over. But USA.
My thing is with USA that I've enjoyed, besides our and call me how you want to call it, man. Shoot, we have been diversified. We always argue about DEI and all, but man, it is working out on the soccer field this time. But I don't know, Spence. Are we going 3 for 3 with our first goal being an own goal? The other team shoot. When I saw that we scored against Australia, I was like, did it happen again? Man,
hey, that's how you win in soccer, man. You just put shots in the box and you just wait for something to happen. Sometimes you just got to let the guys kick the ball into their own goal.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's that easy, baby.
The other thing that surprises me about this World Cup, and I love watching some videos about some people's opinions on where these games should be. Spence, how do you feel about some of these games being in football stadiums or whatnot, NFL stadiums that may not bring the biggest crowd like the college football stadiums? What are your thoughts, man, on Messi and whoever going to Tuscaloosa or freaking the big house in Michigan to freaking play in these huge
the biggest stadium in North America
station and all of that?
Yeah, it would just make it louder. But look, I've told you this before. I know I always make college football fans mad when I say attending a college football game in person's a lot of times largely overrated because of how big the stadiums are. If you are towards the top, which I'm a baller on a budget, a lot of times I am towards the top. I've gone to quite a few college football games, but the ones I had the best seats for was when I was a student at U of H. Any other game I've gone to, A&M games I've gone to, I sat in the nosebleeds because I was like where you can get in unless you're a student. And great experience. I like seeing Saul versus Horns off, but I could barely see the game, dog. I'm watching the TV the whole time. I'm not kidding. It's fun to go tailgate. It's fun to hear a stadium pop in person when they score a touchdown, but I'm sorry, I don't like watching the TV when I'm there in person. I want to watch the game.
You know what, Spence? And I can't argue with the view from the nosebleeds, but thinking about all the college football games I've went to, I've always been near the field.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's an amazing experience. Yeah, back it up a few rows and then tell me how you feel. I bet you're not going to enjoy it as much.
Oh, I'm really thinking about it too, Spence. Damn, even tickets that I've paid for have been semi-close, not a bad view, but even during the A&M days, and I didn't go to A&M, just my best friend.
Yeah.
And man, second row from the bench.
Yeah, I'm just saying that is. I understand it's an unpopular opinion, and if we put this clip out, we definitely would get the comments, make podcast equipment too expensive. We got to tax podcast equipment. Hey, by the way, anyone that wants to say that, we welcome it. We like the engagement. But also, you're not funny either because you are not the one that came up with that. I just want to make sure
you're not the original of that joke.
I'm just saying, you didn't think of that. So.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, not like the new guy. He said his white boy armchair.
All right, James, good episode. We are fully back in the saddle. We'll be back Monday talking a little bit of World Cup action, perhaps, a full-on preview maybe. And we also are going to talk about some NFL teams that we think must make the playoffs in 2026.
Yes, and you know who's not going to make it?
The Jets.
I was just going to slam and be like, the Dallas Cowboys. But you know what? The Jets ain't making the playoffs.
I honestly think we hate on the Jets on this show more than we hate on the Cowboys.
You know what?
In my opinion, I'm cool with that. You might have a problem with that.
You know what is crazy? This was mentioned 4 years ago. I'd say, no way. 32nd worst team in the league is the Cowboys. Now, since we know what we know, we back on the Jets being the worst franchise in the NFL. You know what, Dallas, man? Take your claim to fame. You the 31st worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, you're the king of shit mountain. Congrats. All right, for James, I'm Spencer. We'll see y'all next time on Big Game Energy. Until then, y'all take it easy.